Perfect.
This is good. It's different, right?
Yeah. Hey everybody, we're going to get started in just a minute. Real quick, what we're going to do, in case any of you do not know any of our amazing players, is I'm going to give a quick introduction to them, and then they're going to tell you some of the things that they have going on at the convention that you can catch them after our game. And we're going to start with Luci, who is going to be our party cleric. And Luci, if you could tell us kind of some of the things that you're going to be doing after the game for the convention, and then tell us a little bit about your character.
Not in my character voice, though.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Dragon.
So I'm Luci Christian, and and you probably already know, I've got My Hero Academia is going on right now, and so I've been going around to a lot of conventions talking about My Hero, and it's been super fun. I'm in a whole bunch of anime, and this weekend, today I have an autograph signing after this, and tonight we're doing the Cards Against Humanity. Or is that right?
Yes.
I've never played that either. So this is my day to explore, new worlds. It's gonna be awesome. Sad face.
One chair.
Yes. And what I'm gonna be today, I tell about my character.
Yes, please.
So my character's name is Aurelia, and I am a middle-aged owner-operator of an orphanage. I started this orphanage because when, back in the day when I was young, my dad was an alcoholic and my mom was absentee and my brother ran away, and I never was able to get over that, worrying about him and wondering what he's done with his life. So I opened this orphanage to save as many children as I could. And the turn of events that have occurred in our story are very distressing. I also happen to be a crime novel enthusiast and a little amateur detective of sorts in my own mind, and that's who I am.
I'm glad you paused for applause from the crime novel enthusiasts out there, and then everybody's like,
What's like, She knows a lot, you guys. She feels like she knows a lot.
Aurelia is a Dragonborn cleric, just for the D&D players out there. So that is who Luci's playing. We're now going to jump on over to Ray.
Hey guys, my name is Ray Chase. I'm a voice actor. I voice Noctis in Final Fantasy 15, Roy from Fire Emblem, Masters of Kingdom Hearts, and a billion other things. And today, I am playing a half-orc criminal named Bruce Goodguy, who is trying his best. He recently escaped from prison, and he's just trying his best to fit in with this gang of detectives, trying to solve some sort of mystery and keep his own identity under wraps.
Perfect. Kay Kay.
Alright, my name is Kay Kay Lavelle. I hosted the drag show that we had last night and organized entertainers. Did you guys come out for that? Yeah, awesome. Thank you for coming to this as well. Today, I am going to have a table somewhere sitting on the street because I told a lot of I think there's going to be pink curtains though because I bought some.
Okay.
So just look for the pink curtains and one more chair. But I'm going to be selling some merch and taking pictures with you guys and all that good stuff. So come say hi, all the good stuff. And I think I'm going to be for the Cards Against Humanity time as well. I think I'm going to be playing too. So you have 2 chances to watch me play. Cards Against Humanity I have played. This is my first adventure. So.
First time doing Dragons.
Yeah, so it's going to be an adventure together.
Awesome.
My character's name is Mauve. And I am a hairdresser, and I'm kind of a dumb blonde, even though I have orange hair.
It's your disguise.
It's just my disguise that I really need to know I'm blonde because the else I'm dumb. So, if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just a really good actor.
Right. And Mauve is she is a dwarf. And she is a bearded dwarf,
Yes.
The finest hairdresser in the city. And also, Mauve is a bard, so her class. And then we're going to hear from Samurai again. What do you got going on?
Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm the Dungeons and Dragons addict too. I have played before. I have no voice acting credits at all.
Yes.
Yet. That's
No, I
right.
have no. I'm the martial arts guest for this weekend, so I get paid to beat people up. Actually, you pay to get beat up. I like this panel. We have a Samurai versus Ninja, the quiz, later this afternoon. If you've ever taken one of those Facebook quizzes, like, which Marvel character are you? And you answer all these questions, and it says, you're Captain America. And you're like, no, I'm supposed to be Iron Man. So you take the quiz about 4 more times until you finally get the answer you want. We have a panel of the quiz that will determine whether you're more like a samurai warrior or more like a ninja. And then we are hosting Cards Against Humanity tonight. For those of you with no shame. And Lucy. And then tomorrow we have the Akita panel. If you've seen our puppy, our 100-pound Akita has his own panel. We're going to give you treats and let you feed the puppy.
Yeah.
And we'll do a history of the breed. And then we have a Q&A section tomorrow afternoon, like at 2:30. For today, I really feel like you researched our backgrounds because you pulled stuff into this character that's giving me bad flashbacks. I am playing a warlock character that is a failed paladin. who got kicked out of paladin school for being too scrawny and too lazy. And I'm not sure if you found this on my bio, but I went to Bible college and got kicked out. Which explains why I'm hosting Cards Against Humanity. So my warlock character is named Shadowspawn, and in return for power, he sold his soul to a demon. So he can look like the paladin that he really isn't on the inside.
Nice.
Perfect. And
I'd also like to announce the amazing light show that's going on behind everybody. This is mesmerizing.
Ray, there's no light show. That's just.
If it looks like we're not looking at you all, we're looking right above. You know why?
That's wild.
I'm with Goblins and Growlers. Thank you. We have, right after this, for those of you who have always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons but haven't known where to start, we have a Build Your Own Adventure workshop, which is going to be in the lounge. Other things that we're doing throughout the weekend is we're going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. We have one, I think, at 3:30 today and one later tonight, as well as a game tomorrow. And then I believe that I'm going to be judging as well for my first time doing Cards Against Humanity. So Lucy and I will be the first-time readers. And other than that, we have a booth if you want to say hey, talk about your campaigns, or see any of our shirts or merch. You can stop by the Goblins and Growlers booth that's right over across from registration. We also have a podcast called Quid Pro Roll, which we're shamelessly displaying in front of you. And on that note, we're going to get into our meeting. Our adventurers, Bruce, Mauve, and Shadowspawn, find themselves in a massive city, a megalopolis of sorts. They've been traveling for a little while for their own reasons. I believe Bruce to try to stay low and not go back to prison. Shadowspawn to prove that he is the paladin that he now appears. And Mauve because she has heard that there are some there's possibly a pearl at this orphanage, and she's really trying to complete her accessory look. She's going to be disappointed to know that Pearl is actually the name of an orphan, but she hasn't found that out yet. Meanwhile, the orphanage they're going to is called the Ouran Host Orphanage, and it's owned by the lovely Aurelia, who is the orphanage owner and caretaker for a lot of the orphans in the city of Ouran Host. It is a dark, somewhat stormy night. It's one of those where you can smell that there's a storm on the wind, but it's not quite here yet. It has that kind of ambient gray tone as they walk into the orphanage. They're quickly greeted by a very excited orphan named Pearl. Pearl introduces herself, she comes up, and she asks if any of them are the father who's adopting her today. The father who goes by the name of Nemo, and he has not arrived. He's a couple hours late. You see Pearl, she comes up, and she's bouncing excited, but as soon as she sees that none of you are Nemo, she kind of turns around and goes back to kind of play with the orphans and wait a little bit longer. While this is happening, Aurelia comes up to greet you all and tell you a little bit about the orphanage. You all have kind of come in here for your own reasons, but just at this moment, a private investigator comes in, a real one, I should specify, and his name's Samuel, and he comes in to say that he recently has been looking for Nemo, and the last known appearance of Nemo was at this orphanage, and you all happen to be here. When Samuel comes in, kind of takes off his hat, puts out his cigarette outside because there's orphans inside, comes on in, and he is like, "Oh, it's a crowded night. I didn't realize there would be, unfortunately, an audience for some unfortunate news. I cannot find Nemo, and it seems that the last known appearance of his was here. There's some unconfirmed sightings over in the docking district, but nothing that I have been able to track down yet. I do see, it seems like a fellow private eye who I haven't met. Hello, my name's Samuel."
Hi, Samuel. I'm Bruce, good guy. I'm a private eye by trade and a good guy also by trade.
Good family name.
Oh, yes, the best family name. Best guy. Bruce is the best guy. That was my dad.
Well, I have a lot of cases that I'm running. I don't know how busy you are, Bruce, but I was wondering if you could take care of this one for me. I'm sure that no trouble or craziness will befall you.
Yeah, no worries about it. Me and my friends, the Shadow Spawn and the Dwarf, we're gonna take care of it. Don't worry. The next bus out of town is not until tomorrow, so I got tonight.
Perfect. I know I can trust you as a fellow private investigator under oath to take care of this. So I'm sorry really that I had to deliver bad news, but I'm sure that Bruce and Shadow Spawn and I believe your name is Bearded Dwarf should be able to take care of this for me. Aurelia, if you could just kind of manage the situation as a consummate professional, really appreciate it. And with that, he dons his cap back, pulls out an unlit cigarette, and walks off into the night, the light bulb flickering as he goes down the dark alley.
Well, this is certainly an exciting turn of events. I mean, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. This girl's gonna get adopted and her dad's not even around. We gotta be finding Nemo soon. We knew that trip was coming.
Well, I don't know. I am here all the time, but I don't remember seeing this gentleman disappear. He came in, we knew that we were going to send Pearl home with him. He seemed like a perfectly nice gentleman. And he was supposed to return and come get her. I just thought when you arrived that you were in.
May I see his application or something?
Oh, goodness, yes. Let me go see if I can find it.
Aurelia procures for you an application. It is Nemo, and he has a last name, I promise. And it is Rion. He is an ex-ship captain. He used to be a merchant. He was often in the docking districts, but he also owns a shop out in the museum district of town.
All right, adventurers. Well, I guess we've got to, if we have to know something, there's a docking district and there's a shop in the museum district. What do you guys want to do?
I want to go shop.
Oh, well, the shopping district, that's where his shop will be.
Well, what kind of shops do they have in the said shopping district?
His shop, what kind of shop does he have?
You know that Nemo shop, which is a little off of the beaten path. It's called One Man's Gun, and it is a trinket store.
I do like trinkets. I would say if we're finding Nemo, then let's head out the door.
Shadowman?
You gotta wait, I'm still trying to digest that last one.
All right, we're gonna go to the shopping district. Oh, really? You want to come with us? You knew what he looked like.
Oh, I'd be so so excited to join your party. Thank you so much. Just one moment, I have to get babysitting for the children.
Quickly procuring a babysitter, Ophelia joins our party as they make their way to the shopping and museum district of the city. A lot of places are already
In the same district.
We're now at
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Got really excited. So a lot of places are starting to kind of close down for the night. You're definitely starting to hit that evening. There's a light rain that's starting to fall. You do hear thunder deep in the distance. No signs of lightning yet, but the thunder, which I guess is a sign of lightning. And, and otherwise, you're kind of walking down a dark street, lit only by these kind of torch magical lights that are lining it. As the shops are pulling closed, you do see some shopkeepers just kind of like locking things up and getting ready for the night. You roughly know your way to One Man's Gun, the shop that's owned by Nemo, but you know it's a little bit down some of the alleys off the beaten path.
Well, we could go shopping for a little while if you want.
Yeah, we gotta get in somewhere. This rain is terrible for my hair.
Is there a particular shop that you see that you are like, yes, let's go there?
Well, you said something about trinkets, and I mean, I think if we're gonna find the pearl, the trinket store is where it's gonna be.
Absolutely. With unrivaled determination, you see that our party quickly begins to follow Mauve, who seems to know her way through these back alleys to some of these more exquisite shops better than anyone in the city. She's weaving through narrow places where only alley cats go with unrivaled dexterity to the door of One Man's Gun. It has a bright open window. Inside is tons of trinkets. You guys come to the door. As soon as you go to try it, since you see that it's not locked up, you do notice that it was locked up, and then somebody must have used some sort of tool to break it open.
Ooh, this looks ominous.
Yeah, I'll say. What can we do in this game, huh? How does this work? Where's skills and stuff?
We need to check this out. I'll go in first.
Oh, just all those ones.
I'm brave. I'm a paladin.
Right.
A scrawny, lazy paladin.
But you look like the paladin. If anybody was to say, what does a paladin look like? Because that's the packed bonus that you've been given by here for selling Soul. A paladin named Shadowspawn. Yeah. Opening the door, you find a unlit but also kind of undisturbed first floor of a business. There's tons of trinkets by the window. There's pieces of antique kind of jewelry, furniture, and clothing that are all hung up, and it doesn't seem like anything has been disturbed, at least coming in.
Does the door look like it was completely broken, like someone went through it, or does it just look like the lock was forced?
Lock was forced, and it looked like some type of crowbar tool to force that, and wood has been broken away where the deadbolt was.
Maybe he left in a hurry.
From the outside? I'd like to perceive. Let me perception this situation. However that's done in this game.
Roll 20.
11.
Yeah, you, looking around the room, you quickly discern that it doesn't seem like anything is out of place. You're not looking at anything specifically, just kind of the general room. If there was commotion, it doesn't seem to have been in this room, or it was cleaned up after.
All right. Guess he's not here. Are there any other rooms in around?
There is stairs.
Is
in the
there
back.
upstairs?
Yeah. It's definitely a live-in, you quickly discern it's a live-in store. Upstairs is a few doors. The first door that you come to leads to a room that is brightly painted. It has children's toys in the corner. On the chest where the children's toys is, there's an inlay that says Pearl in Pearl Inlay. There is a small kid's bed, and there's also a streamer that says Welcome Home.
Oh.
She's going to love this. What a lovely room.
That is amazing.
I don't know why they're keeping the pearl in this child's room. Children can't handle pearls.
A little further down, you see another bedroom. This one is a lot simpler. It is mostly simple woodwork and simple mattress. There is lots of photos, and all of the photos are kind of, they're Ophelia recognizes in a lot of the photos Nemo. So you quickly see a kind of short human who is, he has lost his hair, but he has a luxurious captain's beard. And in all of them, he kind of has that captain's pipe. And he also has that captain's confidence and swagger. He's in the front of almost all the pictures, in front of all these gorgeous boats and crews. There's not too much else except for a simple desk in this room.
Yes, that's him. This is the gentleman.
Ah, yeah, it looks pretty cool.
We should take one.
Yeah, let's take one with it, right here. Yeah, that's what a detective would do, huh? Hey, you know what else a detective would do? Look through the desk.
You go to the desk and you find that it is open, again forced. There was a small lock, so very small, it would be easy for someone strong to be able to break the wood and open it up. Inside of the desk, you see kind of papers everywhere, as if somebody was frantically looking for something.
It appears that someone was frantically looking for something. Well, they probably found it, and then left.
Did you say there was antique jewelry downstairs?
Yes.
That had been untouched?
Untouched.
All right.
It's probably down there. The pearls got to
Well, clearly what they're looking for, it's not financial. They want something specific that's not money, but they could have taken valuables downstairs, whatever was in that desk. But there's nothing else here, and I'm not much for shopping. Let's go to the docks.
Wait. Let's
We
go to
might
the
be able to
chest.
find a fight at the docks.
Wait, what chest?
The chest that has the pearl in it.
Oh.
It is labeled Pearl. Yeah, going over to the chest, it is unlocked. You open it up, and it's filled with children's toys and blocks.
What a waste.
Oh.
And actually, if you could, roll me a d20. It's going to be a luck roll. Let's see what happens. It is the...
20.
Key in the corner of his chest in what would be kind of a smuggler's pocket. You wouldn't notice it if you weren't looking right at it. You see kind of a little wooden inlay that seems to have a locking mechanism. You've seen this as a hairdresser because that's where you hide some of your choice hair products that not anybody should have. So having that experience, you find this fairly quickly and you're able to manipulate it. It has inside of it a little compass. As you pick the compass up, it is rotating. It doesn't seem to be pointing to any sort of true north. It's rotating at a great speed. Looking over the compass, on the back of it is an inlay that says there's no place like home.
What a lovely piece. I've never seen anything like it.
Let's make a nice necklace.
Our compass is supposed to point north? This one must be magical or something. Can I sense magic?
As a barbarian, you cannot.
I sense nothing about this. I recklessly attack it.
Bruce, taking the compass, quickly is like, is this magic? There's only one way to find out. Having been an ex-criminal, he remembers that sometimes if you break things, you can find magical components. He goes to spike it, and right in doing so, Mob kind of like slides it out of his hand. With the sudden change in weight, Bruce is completely off balance. He goes to throw down, and as he does, he begins the process of a front flip, but unfortunately does not complete that process, landing instead on top of all the blocks of toys. Squarely. And you're going to just take a couple points of damage. But that's nothing compared to the damage to your ego and sense of stability.
This was just like high school.
Way to go, Bruce.
It does say on this page that I'm a vicious monkey.
No, it's vicious mockery.
Vicious attack monkey. Don't make fun of my hair.
In my defense, these eyelashes are very heavy.
Recompose.
I'm like, really? A vicious monkey? How'd you get that? That's awesome.
That's
Sit down, people. That's good familiar. So you all find yourself probably downstairs in the store.
All right, the only other place in this entire city is the docks, so I say we go there.
Let's dox them.
Yes, yes, I agree,
Making your way towards the docks, the sky is beginning to open up even more. Rain almost thundering down. You happen to have found an umbrella. I believe that was probably your number one priority. So you have an umbrella. Anyone else who would like one has taken one. And with the effort to return and or by leaving your gold piece at the, unless you're a criminal background, in which case you do what you do.
I just put my hand over my head. It's really a big hand.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's a lot lighter now. It's not holding a compass.
Yes.
So on your way to the docks, you soon come to the dock area. There's only kind of a one lit area, and it's the dock tavern, which seems pretty common. It's called First Stop Inn, and you see smoke and lights, and you hear cajoling.
See, we should have gone here first.
Yeah.
What is cajoling?
Rubble rousing, yeah, people being loud and having fun. Possibly a drag show.
It's a party.
Yeah.
I can do a number.
You can, you're a bar, you are a performer.
That's right. You can go in, but the monkey's got to stay outside. With Bruce.
It's vicious.
It's vicious.
Coming up to the end, you can either go in there or go out to the docks. You can hear kind of the waves crashing. You get that smell that hits your face of salt water and fish. Not actually hitting your face, the smell. And
fish.
Right. And but you have your outdoor, you know, back to the city.
Listen, Mom, I know you don't trust me with that compass, but I want to see if it's doing anything. Is it pointing at anything now?
The compass is pointing directly back where you came.
Oh.
Uh-oh, this isn't a good sign.
But it's raining, everyone. I think we should go inside, seek some shelter, maybe have a little picnic, and see if anyone has seen the captain. I mean, he's very well known around here.
All right, let's do it.
Absolutely. Entering the bar, you see come out of the torrential downpour, kind of shake the umbrellas out, pull them in. You notice that at the first stop in, as you come in, kind of smoke fills the bar. There is artisans kind of around. You can tell by their clothes that they're kind of merchants and artisans. They're kind of at the tables. There's dicing, there's gaming. There in the corner is a mysterious cloaked figure who's sitting alone with the cowl pulled up so you don't see him. There are some halflings playing darts. There is another half-orc behind the bar. He's doing the bartender thing where he shines a glass that's already clean. There's tons of dirty glasses, but he's got that one really ready. And you're in the first stop in.
This is very exciting.
Well, we've got a mysterious figure, we've got dice games, we've got a bartender. What do you guys want to do first?
Get a drink.
Yes, let's go to the bar.
To the bar, you soon meet the half-orc bartender who comes up. He introduces himself as Zorf. Zorf, he goes, "Oh, haven't seen you around these parts. What would you like? I have ale and ale." He soon puts out 4 dirty mugs as a quick ale thing. He continues to clean the one clean mug and puts it out in front of you.
You can have one.
Listen, Zorf, we're a couple of people who are looking for a friend named Nemo. He was a captain around here. Do you know where he is?
Nemo. Haven't really heard of him.
Are you sure? This is a picture.
Oh, you were actually friends with Nemo. Oh, okay. Yeah. I figured unless most people wouldn't be carrying around a picture of Nemo unless they were actually friends. He says, opening his wallet and pulling out a picture of Nemo.
All friends of Nemo carry pictures of me.
Yes. His friends, the round of ale is on the house, and if you need cleaner mugs, let me know. Nemo, he was here just a couple days ago. He was talking to some of the artisans, I believe, about getting some pieces crafted for a kid he's adopting over at the orphanage. He's a really great guy. He's retired from ship captain, so we don't see him as much as we used to. But he's a friend of these parts. If you see him, send him over. We haven't seen him for a couple days.
Where are you looking? Very mysterious.
So you didn't know Nemo until we showed you a picture. So do people come looking for him often that are not his friend?
Not often, until recently.
Where is that?
Nemo had a few people in town I've never seen before, much like yourselves, only less extravagantly dressed. They were looking for him, and they seemed a little shifty about how they're asking about him.
Didn't have a picture on it.
Didn't have a picture.
First sign of trouble.
Probably not friends. Yeah, right.
Is there anyone else in here that knew him that we could talk to?
Yeah, he was great friends with the artisans, and around the docks, like pretty much everyone knows Nemo in some capacity or another.
These shifty guys, how many of them were there? What did they look like?
There were 5. They were shifty because they were moving so fast I couldn't get it right.
Well, you keep looking over there.
I have a way to They were wearing dark cloaks, which is also usually a problem in these parts. He looks over the dark cloaks. And then they also would, they were asking not just about him, but where he lived, where he was dead, how we could best get a hold of him and then not let go and drag him away.
Oh.
Did you tell him?
Oh no, they didn't have a picture.
Well, this dark cloaked figure was sitting by himself. How about we all gang up on him?
I got a crossbow.
Yeah. You have a crossbow?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, do I have one or am I just going to use
No, you absolutely have a crossbow. You actually have whatever weapon you like. I figured you'd be more of a brawler type.
Yeah, just monk straight up.
Right.
Punching people. Yeah.
There's definitely an empty bar stool. So
Yes. All right, let's walk up to this bad looking guy.
Just gonna hold my bag very closely in case we need it.
Yes.
mine too?
As you are approaching the table, you guys kind of squeeze in the corners. At the guy's back in the corner, float down. You can't really see him. He doesn't seem to react as you walk up.
Hey there, handsome. No response. All right. I'm gonna intimidate this guy.
Yeah, roll the d20 and then react how you would to
11. Listen, pal. Tell me about your friends and what you're doing here. We're detectives, so we have the right to question anybody.
whether he sees through your ruse or not, I'm not sure. But again, you get no response.
No response. Do you guys have other ways of talking?
Yeah, let's give him a drink.
Slamming a drink on the table or slamming it gently, however you go about it.
It's not a really upscale place.
Right, definitely.
We don't want to just kind of mince that. We're just going to slap down another mug of ale
Right.
and say, drink with us.
It is not original.
What? You won't drink with us?
Let me try.
To be fair,
Excuse me, put in, stranger.
Great, we're sticking Mary Poppins on.
As you tap, it shakes the table a little bit, and the hooded stranger begins to fall over. You see the kind of cloak drag off, and what is a series of brooms and buckets kind of stacked on top of each other fall. Immediately when it happens, the bar erupts into laughter, and some of the halflings gather money from some of the artisans. They kind of pull it together, and then they offer to buy you all drinks on them, and they go off and put some money.
That turned out well.
So, a group of broom people have captured me.
It's a clean sweep.
Listen, artisans, that was really good. Really good joke. Listen, there's a kid who needs a dad, and we're looking for the dad. Oh, which one of you should I talk to? I don't even know how many there are. I can't count.
If you could just roll me a persuasion roll.
Oh, I'm not good at that. Persuasion, 17.
With your not good persuasion roll.
Yeah, that's very good.
He has a -1, this is great.
Yeah.
appealing to their greater sense of humanity. You immediately realize that in this bar that might not be the greatest way to kind of get people, probably ale would be the most, but then you kind of really put a heartfelt pitch to it, and a few of the artisans come over and they say, we want to help you. We didn't know Nemo was missing, but now that we know, here's everything we know. There are some people who are coming around trying to find Nemo, and he used to help with smuggling some magical artifacts back in the day. I know he wouldn't want anybody to know this, but this might be the time to tell you all. And we used to help him. It seems like these might be people from his past.
What sort of magical artifacts was he smuggling?
Well, he's the best ship captain this side of the Mississippi. So he would pretty much anything that, especially if the museum needed a certain piece and couldn't get it because it was in the hands of criminals, Nemo would take it upon himself and his crew to acquire that for the great good. He's a really good guy at heart, even though some of the ways that he went about it weren't always lawful. He looks at the private investigator.
Yeah, totally get you. You know a lot about magical artifacts?
Yes, I work regularly with him.
I'm not allowed to touch it, but we have one here that we'd like to show you.
Handing it out, or do you show them that?
Can't touch it.
Right, he doesn't touch it. You say that, and he acknowledges, and you kind of hold it out, and they go, where did you find it? We gave that as a gift to Nemo when he retired. It magically points to his home, so he can always find it.
We stole it from his house.
We investigated.
He's borrowed it.
Yes.
To aid our research.
He would never leave the house without it.
Well, he did.
He wasn't there when we showed.
Yeah, so that means he was kidnapped from his house.
We didn't see any signs of a struggle, though.
No, but the door.
And the papers all over. I don't know. What a mystery. Well, is his ship in the harbor?
Yes, it is. He docked here 6 or 7 days ago. I don't believe he moved it. It hasn't been out.
Curiouser and curiouser.
You know a lot about him. Do you come with us?
As you can see, I put a lot of time and effort into my hair. I don't think I put the rain.
Me too!
Right?
I'm a hairdresser. I'll fix it.
Oh, this is actually more convincing now. If you could roll that d20, this is a...
Roll another 20. Well, you're opposite ends of the scale.
It's not a Yahtzee.
My name actually is Yahtzee. For you to say it's not Yahtzee is something that now I have found myself to be less inclined to go with you on your quest, as I am mildly insulted.
Oh, I have a spell for you. Am I supposed to say that?
Yeah,
A song. Tell me how a song. If you're a bard, you can cast the spell, friends, as a... You can just sing the theme song
right.
Oh, I have to sing for
to
you?
You
friends.
don't have to, but I'd be delighted.
Do you want to hear him sing? Don't rush me. If you do that to me, I'm out of here.
Better sing, Kay Kay.
Friend, we are friends. We're lost and we're finding. We don't have friends. The doors are out. And we got doors out. The show. Will you be our friend?
Be my great honor. He says, as you cast the spell friends, making them predisposed to be your friend. Also, while we're on the note of singing, mildly interrupt us real quick because it's Kay Kay's birthday a couple days ago, if I understand. And since Kay Kay has graciously sung for you all, if you guys don't mind a quick happy birthday, we'll just do a verse. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
supposed to not like you. That's how the spell works.
So basically, as soon as the panel's over.
Yeah. So, having cast friend, this artisan says, as you know, we've been through a lot, you and I, in these last 2 minutes. Now, I think, as you are obviously an amazing hairdresser, just looking at your hair, I acquiesce to your request. Going back outside into the now torrential storm, you are joined by Yahtzee. That's who I named this character.
Well, we can check out his ship. We'll go back to the home if the compass just points to the house. It points to Nemo's home.
But Nemo wasn't there.
He wasn't there, but he wouldn't have left his home without it.
Maybe we should search the ship.
That seems like a good idea. Yahtzee, can you point us towards the ship?
Absolutely, it's on dock 3. Leading you towards dock 3, Yahtzee begins to bring you down. You see kind of the turbulent waves from the storm crashing up against the pier, spraying shimmering sparkles into the air. You see the storm off in the distance because you have the clear look over the waves, just lining the docks every now and again, to the point where you realize that there are no boats on this pier. It seems almost like a dead end, another lead snuffed like a cigarette on the concrete.
Who smokes when it's raining?
Yahtzee says as he gets a cigarette that won't light.
Yeah.
There's no boats docked at the pier.
I knew coming with you was a bad idea. But I'm being honest, I can't imagine you would have left with your ship. It's almost as if someone else did.
Does he have one of those ships that goes above the water, or one of those that go under the water?
He has a bubble on his ship.
Okay.
His ship doesn't sink immediately.
I thought he was like another Captain Nemo who I read about in a book one day. All right, so all the ships are gone?
Wait, are you the crime novelist enthusiast?
No, I'm a science fiction Jules Verne enthusiast.
Yeah.
Wait, all the ships are gone?
All the ships on Pier 3 are gone. That said, Yahtzee quickly tells you that there usually isn't too many ships on Pier 3 because it's kind of reserved for some of the more history ships and captains. They're usually out and about.
When you say out and about, where do they about to?
There's lots of port cities that I'm not going to name because they're just a mouthful. It's different languages, backward road. But lots of other port cities where they do trading and things like that. And this is believable. Let me make that clear too. Yahtzee doesn't seem like he's leading you astray. It more seems like it was more dramatic to have this dock be completely unmoored rather than he's leading you astray.
All right.
Well, has the ship been stolen?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, where would you hide a ship? Another place? Let's take another boat and go sailing.
Could you roll me a d20? Because there currently is no ships moored here, but I would love a luck roll to see.
A luck roll.
Yeah, just roll a d20.
Okay. 19.
Oh my gosh. There were no ships moored there. You're positive until you start to hear a wooden scraping up against the pier. Looking down a fortuitously placed ladder, you see a small fishing skiff that has just enough room for 4 people.
5 people? Yahtzee, please, Yahtzee, come with us.
Yeah.
Wait, you're a halfling though. You're like half a person. And we're gonna talk. Yeah, that's fine.
There, it's a sign. We're supposed to take this and go see if we can find the ship.
Yes, absolutely.
Wait, it's not named the SS Minnow, is it?
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
We're not getting on that boat. I've seen how it ends.
Are we ready?
Yeah, you're voting on voting. Yeah.
Voting on voting.
Where are we going to go if we get on this boat?
Outward.
Out, just out.
And then
Yes.
downward.
And then downward.
It's one of those boats that goes underwater.
we could at least investigate the little boat, right?
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
let's investigate before we go on it. See if there's any holes in this holy ship. A 5.
You feel very confident that this ship is very seaworthy.
Good.
Yeah.
With a 5? Well, I investigated that poorly, guys.
You're a prime investigator. This is investigation's your jam.
Anyone else want to investigate this ship? Maybe roll better than I did?
I'll investigate.
Do it.
Oh, absolutely.
16.
Coming down from the ship, you do realize it is in fact seaworthy. And you doubted the private investigator because of the kind of nuance with which he didn't handle the compass earlier. Being a good judge of character, you're like, I should just double on his work. And it is seaworthy, but also what you happen to find is a small wooden crate that seems to be drifting by the ship, kind of through the pier. It is labeled Pier 1, as it proves
What's that?
Oh, a Pier 1 import. Can anyone get that thing?
Here, I can reach it. I can reach it.
You cannot.
I can reach it.
What about that vicious monkey? Maybe he can swim out.
Wait, you're making a strong swim. Like, can you swim?
You can absolutely swim. Unless you have a character background sort of.
Don't throw me in.
All right, I'll go. I'm pretty good at this stuff. I swim and try to get the import.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, you definitely are big and strong. Leaving all your clothes on, just dive straight to
I'm already drenched with the rain. I'm okay.
Right. Now just a little salty for no one else having gone out to swim and for swimming. So you soon find yourself kind of grabbing onto the crate. You have the strength to kind of kick it back, and you make it not quite to the boat, but you kind of use the surf to bring you back towards the land, just a little ways down from Pier 3 where you guys are at. You now have a Pier 1 crate.
All right. Let's open it.
Let's open it.
Do you have a sword or anything, Mr. Paladin?
Of course. What kind of paladin would I be without a sword?
You reach your hand out, and a dark energy forms, creating a very beautiful sword.
Wow. So, before I stab the sword into this and pry it open,
Yeah.
is it locked?
It is definitely been sealed with nails.
Oh, I can do magic.
Nice true. You have prestidigitation, which is a small magical spell that can do very small things, but pulling nails out of a box is totally something you can do. You know this because you use it often to kind of clean your nails and get them so nails quickly come out of the box, the wooden top becomes loose, and you're able to open the Pier 1 box. At the top, you see nicely matched plates and silverware sets, and then like kind of stuffing of kind of like packing peanuts all the way down.
So no pearl.
No pearl. Right.
Can someone who's good at the investigate this thing?
I thought we had a private investigator.
I minus 1 to investigate.
I can investigate it. I can investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I will so I roll. Oh!
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think you get +1, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so 20.
Unnatural 20. And so you notice that there's something strange. You, being a veteran, Pier 1, you're like, you know what? This set doesn't quite match. There's usually some mugs and cups, so I'm sure they're further down. Kind of taking the plates out and moving some of the packing peanuts, you soon find that further down are some brown paper bag wrapped items. As you open the brown paper bags up, you see that they're actually been stamped, and they say one man's junk on it, and inside of them are small, tiny, what looks like trinkets. The first one that you unwrap is kind of a set of eggs that seem, or one egg that seems to have a seal on it. As you open it up, the eggs get smaller as you keep going.
Oh, look, it's one of those trinkets. It looks like one of those Russian doll things.
Yeah. He always smuggled magical artifacts. I wonder if this one is magical itself. I'm not good at sensing magic, as you know.
You actually really are.
Yes, I am though. I can sense it.
Yeah, and she has a spell called Identify. You don't even have to
Yeah,
roll.
right.
Using your magic, you take the item, and you notice that this item, it only seems to open if you're not colluding with another person. So, so it's a kind of a truth text.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Should we do it?
You all are able to open it. It seems like none of you currently, except for
Wait, let me try
except
this.
for Shadows.
Yeah. I am a private investigator. Ah, dang it, it doesn't open.
Well, you're not collaborating with somebody to do that.
Oh.
Shadows, on the other hand, can't open it. It seems. Who knows why?
Stupid idiot.
Well, I guess let's pocket this thing and maybe go check out Pier 1. If this thing floated all the way over here, maybe that means a ship left it in its wake.
Good thinking.
On your way to Pier 1, as you get closer and closer, you soon start to see at the end of the pier magical lights twinkling through the storm. You kind of hear what you think might be loud sounds, but at the same time the storm is so loud that you're not sure. Coming up to the base of the dock, you're looking down a very well populated dock with tons of boats, and you're
Well-populated dock.
I'd say well populated. There's no one there except for people working at the end. It's well populated with boats.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
It's a good way to say that. There are workers. There are some at the end. They seem to be using some magical lights to get work done. Working in the storm is, I think OSHA probably frowns on that, but sometimes you just gotta get your work done.
Are we sure that Nemo's ship isn't docked here instead?
Oh, I guess you still have.
Yancey's still with us. We didn't go on the boat yet.
Right. It's possible, but it'd be extreme. It's further away from where you need to go. That would seem a very strange thing, very curious thing to have happen.
Does anything seem out of the ordinary about these ships that are here?
No, these ones are all normal. I guess I'd have to see the end of the dock to know.
Let's go to the end of the dock.
As you approach the end of the dock, you see some, again, dock workers that now, as lightning fortuitously strikes in the background, become lit up. There's about 4 of them. They all seem to be loading boxes labeled Pure 1 from one boat on one side into the other boat. On the boat on the left, it says 20,000 leagues. On the boat to the right, it says 20,001 leagues.
Look at the crates.
It's just like that book I read a long time ago. This is very suspect. These 4 men, are they heavily armed?
They are.
They are. Dock workers don't need to be heavily armed. This seems strange. Am I good at anything? Very athletic.
I ask myself that regularly.
Hey, Shadow Man, are you good at stealthing around?
I'm a paladin, I don't skulk.
What else can we do? Do we just attack?
Minor illusions. Can I illusion to be big?
Yeah, you, I think you,
I'm on no, because if I was a monster.
roll a d20 real quick. And then we're gonna see how this goes.
15.
Yeah, I would say to make yourself a little bigger and scarier, you, minor illusion, you know the intricacies of hair so well. You minor illusion it to be much bigger and with kind of like snakes at the end of it.
Would that make them want to hurt me?
Medusa.
Probably, it seems like as soon as they turn towards you all as you get closer, it's not the snakes near here that make them want to hurt you, but instead the fact that you all are seeing them right now seems to put them immediately on guard, to the point where they all kind of start to reach for weapons, and they say, "Who goes there?"
We're the dock police. And we are investigating some smuggling around here. You wouldn't be happening to smuggle some magical artifacts and/or persons, would you?
No.
All right, sounds good to me. All right, guys, let's go.
No, we can't leave.
Oh, what? They said no.
Excuse me, gentlemen. My comrade here meant to say that we are searching for a Mr. Nemo. I'm wondering if you could help us locate him.
One of the doctors goes, "Oh, Nemo, isn't that?" And he gets elbowed, and he's like, "No, never heard of Nemo. Sounds like it's from a book or something. You sure you're not thinking of a book?"
I don't like these guys at all. It sounds very duplicitous. Oh yeah, hey, dude in front.
Yes, me.
Check this out. And I throw the egg at him.
He does not catch it. It kind of falls at his feet, and then goes over into the water.
Wow, who cares? I recklessly attack. Let's go.
This is one game where we're going to roll a d20, and it's going to be your initiative.
20.
Roll that one again.
Oh my gosh.
7.
Me too. So you have a modifier on your. He has +1.
Perfect.
You have.
So do it again.
Nope.
So you have 8 to 7.
Yep.
On
And
initiative.
what do you got, Shadow Spawn?
Modified 15.
Perfect.
Thanks.
All about positive affirmation. So we've got Bruce. You're going first. You see, they kind of were startled by the egg throwing.
Yeah.
And the recklessly attacking can continue to happen. You
I run at them with both fists out and try to get 2 of them at one time.
absolutely roll that d20.
Oh no! 3 plus.
Yeah, you're going to do your strength plus your modifier.
Oh, +4, so
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, you do run at them with both fists out. It's kind of raining really hard. You misjudge the distance a little bit, but like get intimidatingly close to punching both of them with both fists. But
it doesn't actually.
You don't actually. Yeah, it's very intimidating and close.
Good.
They might even think that you're just still intimidating them for some reason.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it is now their turn. And is there anything you'd like to say before it is their turn as you punch intimidatingly close to them?
Sorry? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to attack. Oh, so sorry. I made a mistake.
Roll a d20.
Guys. Oh, I'm just a guy. 11. I'm 10.
I could fail. So, you know, a lot of guys are just, and they're like, you are, he is just a guy. We're also guys. It seems impolite. He didn't actually hit us. While those two are struggling over the morality of getting just a guy, the other two pull out crossbows, and they're going to decide that Moth with, I guess with your big hair, it was intimidating, and that Shadow Spawn are the intimidating ones. Moth, a crossbow bolt flies right through the illusion of your big hair. It seems like it totally...
He shot my hair. Oh, that was Spaceballs.
And Shadow Spawn, he actually does shoot you. It's a kind of a glancing blow. It's
Bad jokes.
it seems like it's the bad joke glancing blow, and you're going to take 5 points of damage as a crossbow bolt kind of like slices through just kind of the edge of your leg, causing some blood to drip down in bright, shiny paladin armor that you're not wearing. It's an illusion. As that's happening, Shadow Spawn will be able to do.
I'm mad now. Do you know how long it takes to clean this armor? So I'm gonna blast him.
With holy energy.
With holy energy.
Yeah.
It's totally not satanic in origin.
Roll that Eldritch Blast.
12.
You do actually blast this one, and with a forceful kind of, he seems like he's taking a punch to the gut. Roll that d10.
8.
Absolutely. He takes a punch to the gut of your blast of holy radiant energy that burns with a dark, crackling evil, and takes a step back, kind of like
So I'm Catholic. Oh,
Mom, what are you doing? You just had a crossbow bolt fly through your not hair, but close enough to your hair.
You have your own hand crossbow.
Yeah.
It's a small one. It's a one-handed thing, so you can almost do the John Wayne thing.
Okay, so question.
Yes.
If it doesn't work, could I just, it says lightning sense when you get from me.
You can what? Mage Hand is a spell that you can use.
You create an invisible hand.
That will work
I thought it was
for
like
you. It's
a-
not fast though, so it's not like you can punch somebody if they were like not moving.
You could probably open
You could push them off the dock.
I thought it was like a stage hand, you know, like they do before.
It kind of is. Yeah, that's actually kind of exactly what it is.
Picture a really, really slow-moving staffer.
Wait, I have scissors?
You do, because you're a hair.
Scissors.
Should I cut them or should I crossbow them?
It's completely up to mom. Yeah.
Can I take
Those are your spare scissors, because you would never use your
You wouldn't use the good ones.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut.
Roll that d20. Yeah,
That one again. Who's that? 3?
You take out the scissors menacingly, and then you kind of like clip up and you're like, I'm gonna cut you. And they're like, okay. But you don't actually charge for them yet. You seem like you're kind of setting yourself up or possibly trying to be intimidating. You don't know if they're intimidated or not, but you definitely have a pair of scissors ready to cut some fools. Yeah. As that's happening, Aurelia, what are you doing?
I thought I'm face down on the dock trying to use my umbrella stick to get the egg out of the water. It's landed on a little piece of driftwood.
It has, fortuitously. Roll that d20.
Oh,
Yeah, you kind of hook your umbrella around the piece of driftwood. Pulling it up seems like a kind of a bigger process than you thought. With the storm struggling against it, your umbrella starts to fill with water and making it a lot more heavy. You kind of grab it with 2 hands, and it's all you can take to not be pulled off of the dock. The storm kind of starting to drag you, umbrella, driftwood, and tiny egg away. As that's happening, Bruce, what are you doing?
I realize I have advantage on all my attacks. This will go much better this time. I punched those guys again. I said, just kidding. Just kidding. I wasn't kidding. I'm actually going to kill you. Here we go. That was 13 and 18.
Yeah, you absolutely, one of your fists kind of like glances off of one of them, but one of them catches him squarely in the face. And you're just going to roll me a d8.
D8.
Yeah. Because you're strong. You've learned things in prison.
6.
I do strength combat.
Things in prison.
Oh, +4. Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. You punch the face off of this guy. It's a very cool Nicolas Cage film. And he begins to like just bleed profusely. He definitely looks taken aback. He's like, I didn't expect you to be just kidding about this. Kidding.
Yeah.
But now I'm not kidding about stabbing you, he says, as he pulls out a nice little, he says, I'm not kidding about stabbing you, and grabs his sword. He goes to pull it out, having kind of just taken a blow to the face, and he's crying because you hit his nose. But he knows that you can't see that because it's raining, so he's happy that at least you don't know that his masculinity has been classified. He pulls out his sword, but all of that focus and all that seems to have led him to be a little bit too enthusiastic about his sword pulling. He completely loses his footing on the wet dock, slides backwards and into the water because he rolled a crit 1. The other one, how do you do dice? He having not been punched by you, still is like, well, he didn't punch me, and I feel like he might have been kidding about being kidding about just because that seems like something that it would be more funny because he also rolled a crit 1 and has decided that's what he's doing. The one that Shadow Spawn, that shot Shadow Spawn, is going to just try to shoot Shadow Spawn again because he got punched in the gut by magical energy, and he is not going to shoot Shadow Spawn. He's going to shoot at Shadow Spawn, and you're doing this, and it goes right through what looks like the tip of your head, but what he doesn't know is it's just an illusion of a paladin. You're actually a lot shorter than the illusion. So it looks like you just had the perfect shot, and it just goes right through and you're unfazed. Meanwhile, the one who Moab has said he's going to cut pulls out his sword. He's like, not if I cut you first. And does that you first? I mean, you guys, please. So he comes at you and kind of like, he looks at the scissors. He's not 100% sure how to fight a bearded woman with scissors. He hasn't done so before. He's trying to get the footing right, but he's not sure what the reach is on the scissors, so he's kind of a little guarded. And as he's doing that, Shadow Spawn, what are you doing?
I'm blasting him again.
Oh, absolutely. Roll that blast again.
9.
You do blast at him, and it's intimidating, but...
Was it manly? I mean, do I feel good about myself?
No.
I know I missed.
I think that's an existential question for yourself.
Back to therapy.
And as you blast at him, is there anything else you would like to say?
I can't say them in front of an audience. They're special holy words.
Mom, what are you doing? There's another man circling you with a sword and you have your scissors out, but you feel like you can see how he's holding his sword. It's not the way an experienced hairstylist would ever hold a sword.
Can I distract him?
You can distract him with vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Get that monkey in the game.
Yeah. Could you say how you're going to mock?
I'm going to be in front of his clothes.
Oh, please do. He's wearing, it honestly, he doesn't even look like a dock worker at all now that you look at him. He looks kind of like he's from the streets and he hasn't really bathed in a while except for maybe the rain.
Right.
And he, go at him.
Yeah. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You smell horrible, and your clothes are terrible, and your mom never really loved you, to be honest. And I'm still your man. I mean, your woman.
I'll be love.
Oh, look at
Yeah. How did you know that about my mom? And it feels, this is where you get to emotionally damage him. Roll a d4.
D4's a little track.
Yeah, we'll try.
Roll it. Top number. Right, the top number, the one that's...
It's 4 points of emotional damage.
That was serious.
Again, he begins to cry in the rain, but he is a half-elf. Little known fact about half-elves that are making him down isn't actually real. Their tears are different colors. You can see them against the rain. He looks up and he's like tears in the rain.
Too soon.
Aurelia, what are you doing?
I have retrieved, I've gotten the egg. It is in my hands and it's glowing.
It is, absolutely, exactly that.
Yes, it's getting hot.
It is.
So I'm going to throw it at the dudes that are left on the ship.
Yes, absolutely. Roll that d20. Yeah, you throw it right at them. It is scoring in, and it hits them with a loud crack, and a huge actual egg appears on their face, and they're just like, and it begins to like simmer and burn, and you see heat crackling off of it, and then that person falls over into the ocean, presumably never to be seen again.
So that's 2 out of 4.
That's 2 out of 4.
Okay.
Speaking of 2 out of 4, Bruce, you, I believe, you connected on, no, only 1 out of 4 punches. I'm sorry, that was a bad transition. But you have another opportunity.
Alright, so there's one guy with Mob and one guy with Shadow Spawn, right?
One guy with you and one guy with,
Me, I punched him off the
oh,
boat.
you're right, she just threw an egg.
Yeah.
There's one guy with Mob and one with Shadow Spawn.
Alright, let's finish off the Shadow Spawn guy, because he's already been hit.
Yeah.
Let's recklessly attack. That's 14 or an 11. It's 14.
Yeah, 14 absolutely hits. You go and you're just barrel fisting right now?
This time I'm going to knee him in the face.
Oh, absolutely. So he's already been punched in the gut with magical energy. He's kind of doubled over a little bit, which is a perfect position for a good knee in the face. How do you go about taking him out?
Silently and quickly.
You would see the knee connect with the nose, what would normally produce a loud crack. happens to have a bolt of thunder that goes at the exact same time. It lights up a brief scene where a man is having his face connected with a giant knee, and then after your eyes adjust to the light, he's all of a sudden just not there. Instead of Private Investigator standing there, Bruce, good guy, lighting up a cigarette against the storm. It doesn't seem to light, but it looks great.
Wait, I light it really well.
He does light it really well. His cigarette was kept like very inside of the inner pocket. He was saving it just for this moment. He takes a drag from the cigarette and he looks out and says,
"Don't do drugs, kids."
So we just have the one now with Maul.
yeah, and now he's circling Maul.
He's untouched.
And he seems now, he's looking around and he seems kind of like he's in the rat in the cage type thing.
Oh, when you already want him. Yeah. Maybe we can convince him to run away.
He comes at you with his sword, and he's like, you said things about my mother that are gratuitously true, and I hate you for it. And he goes and he actually gets a good slash on you. It kind of goes straight right into your non-cutting arm. But it still is very painful, and it's exactly, you don't have to worry about this, I'll track this for you, but it's exactly 7 painful.
What did you do to the outfit?
Sorry, Stephen.
What did you do to the outfit? Are the clothes okay?
Oh,
The arm will heal.
The arm will heal. There's a clean cut through your shirt where he struck through.
That's gonna need
blood
stitches.
pouring down. The stitch things on the outfit wouldn't be too bad if the blood wasn't getting onto your blouse.
Oh, yeah, that might be. He's getting scissors.
And no more Mr. Nice proprietus. I would like to pull out my mace in a can, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have a mace in a can, which is a weapon I've given you. It is a spray mace. As you spray it, a mace forms. But as that's happening, you have your mace in the can ready. Shadows spawn, and I'm gonna let Mob go first, and then I'll let Shadows. Mob, he just cut you for saying true things about his mother.
He messed up my outfit. He's getting cut.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Roll that d20. And roll at advantage. Please roll twice and take the highest number because you're messing up.
17.
Oh, absolutely. You take out your scissors and how do you
The eyeballs.
Go for the eyes, boo.
Right.
It works. It's 2 blades.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
In, and then snip.
You go straight for the eyes, sinking both legs into the eyes. He quickly goes, "My eyes." Seems an appropriate response. You kind of pull him out with a quick snip. He goes clutching his eyes away. As he does so, Shadow Spawn, what do you do?
I'm blasting him.
Yeah, roll that.
Roll that.
Yeah.
So 2 plus.
It's a 2. Perfect. Shadow Spawn.
Holy blast.
Yes.
Nobody ruins my friend's outfit. 14?
Yes, absolutely. Roll damage. D10. There's the holding glass.
Oh.
With more crackling energy from the abyss, you do holy godly damage to of exactly 4. This guy begins to double over, having been punched with this energy after also having his eyesight blinded. As such, this is amazing. As such, Aurelia.
Oh, they're pointing at a thing.
Yeah, then we're good. Oh, over.
Yes, this is still
It was still 1.
The online app says wallet change guys
All right, we're rolling with advantage. We're going to 1. We're taking a higher number.
Rolling with it. Speaking of Aurelia,
Steve Winwood.
I thought that was awesome combat lighting.
Yeah.
Aurelia, you have mace in the can. There's a man who's lost his eyes and lost his dignity, and also he already had lost the love of his mother by units. Right. He kind of deserved it.
You kind of deserve deserved it, but I think I take pity on him. I put my mace back in my pen and just kick him overboard.
Absolutely. With a blast kick, feet extended, you push him, he does kind of a, oh no, and lands into the water, never to be seen again.
And then I turn to my friends and say, would you like me to heal you? How bad is your injury?
Yeah, and it really does have healing magic.
It's the costume too.
She reaches out, she taps you, it perfectly mends your skin, and then she also has, you have mending, which perfectly fixes her costume. So
Even if not, you have minor illusion and you can give the illusion of the...
That's always important. Always giving the illusion of yeah.
And you can fix your hair.
As such, you guys are at the end of this dock. There's no longer any people. There is a guy in the back who goes, Yancy is my name. Good job, team.
Let's go board 20,001 leagues under the sea.
Yes, let's go investigate.
Yes.
Boarding 20,001 leagues under the sea, you find yourself on a pretty large kind of merchant's boat. There's lots of boxes in it labeled Pure One, and you soon inside the captain's quarters, you find a man tied up in the corner. He has a large beard. He's tied up and he's also been gagged, but through the gag is a captain's pipe. So you can say he's puffing away angrily but he sees you all and...
Alright, I don't think he's on here.
That's him!
What? That's him? How do you know?
I know him!
Oh, wow, alright.
The orphanage.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Does match the picture, right down to the pipe.
Yes. Let's untie him.
Yeah, quickly untying Nemo, he introduces himself. I am Nemo. You probably do. I know you do. This is also the one voice I give to all doc characters. Thank you so much. I was trying to stop these hooligans. They were looking for a magical trinket. I had that identified magical trinkets in the museum that I had smuggled and identified. It's a long mystery that you've now, because I don't know if we're overtime or undertime, I don't know. and as such, you've done an amazing thing stopping them. I thought for sure that they would have captured all of these magical items and brought me away because not enough people carry my picture in their wallets for the innkeeper to have told you where I would be. So thank you so much.
Well, Nemo, I have one thing to ask of you. Can you smuggle me out of this country?
I owe you a life debt, and as such, I will absolutely smuggle you out of this country after, if you don't mind, I adopt my new
Okay.
I also happen to have found, and he reaches down inside of his pocket recently, I don't know if anyone was for some reason confused, but I found a perfect pearl inside of this oyster that I found open.
I told you guys there's gonna be a pearl.
And you all escort Nemo back. You kind of keep your brim low. The storm begins to break up, almost as if narratively it's highlighting your championship coronation. You see Nemo reignited with Pearl, reunited. There it is.
Ignited. You set him on fire?
It happens. So it's magical world. So and everyone lives happily ever after.
You're getting his compass back.
That's a good question. Do you get one?
We're about to find out. Not looking like it.
Nemo, he becomes a great father, but sometimes he gets lost in the streets and sometimes needs directions to his own home. He's great on the water, but he doesn't have a plan. Bruce, good guy, catches the next ship out of here with Nemo and gets smuggled to another port town that has a difficult to name and it's back to the road that's very foreign sounding of my name. And Shadow Spawn goes on to become a great samurai paladin, not in disguise.
And I gained weight.
Oh, thank you guys so much. What panel after this? I know we need a panel after this.
Backstage.
Hey, panel after this. What is it? That one.
Well, you know, he mentioned earlier that there was a panel where
Sailor
we give dog treats. I think that we should do a panel and you guys feed me
Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon musicals after this. Please stay for that. Also, if any of you are wanting to create characters, we have over in the lounge a Build Your Own Adventure.
Pretty paper.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for joining us in this adventure. Thank you.